Good morning to everyone and welcome. Let us pray in thanksgiving for the gift of time, for God has been gracious to us. And let us pray for those who are preparing to enter into eternity, who will see no day tomorrow. I think often of those in nursing homes and hospitals in their last few hours of life. Let us pray for them and those at home. Today is an email from January 6th, 2004 at 6:04 in the morning, and it's titled, "To Whom Shall We Go?" It's from a letter from Damien of Molokai, passed away, I believe, in 1889. He was a Catholic priest who was assigned to the leper colony in the Hawaii area, or the Hawaiian Islands of Molokai. The letter I'm going to read, I think, is one that he wrote to his bishop in the last few months of his life as his body slowly decayed from leprosy. "Bishop, I am crippled, probably for life. My terribly bad foot, which you saw at Honolulu, is far from healed. Although the wound has formed a scab, the inflammation and swelling of the large nerve continues. I drag my leg when I walk. To go and come back from the hospital, which is only a 5-minute walk, is enough to make me cry all night long. Though I certainly hope I will be able to take care of the whole settlement again by getting back my old patients, Your Excellency will easily agree that I must definitely give up all efforts to climb the palace. And neither my foot nor the setup will allow me any longer to go into the other district. Besides, I cannot leave 600 Catholic lepers, many of whom are dying. If I am really attacked by this terrible disease, we have to admit that death is approaching with slow steps. Without worrying too much about my body, I certainly have to worry about my soul that needs a confessor. Well, Father Albert has certainly been a good guide. His direction has done me good, and I would be happy to have him as my confessor right up to my deathbed. If you let him leave, Your Excellency, see if you can find another like him to come to the settlement to hear my confession. At the same time, taking care of Molokai with its 5 neglected chapels." When Damien was assigned to the colony, he was one of several priests that were supposed to cycle through, take turns. And when he arrived, he decided to stay there. And it's my understanding he had a problem with getting them to come into church. At first, they rejected him, no matter what he did to try to get them to come to Mass. And then one day, he had a white spot on his skin, and it was leprosy. And once the others in the colony saw that he had become a leper like them, all of a sudden his church was full, and he was able to preach the good news to those who were there. Now, I'll relate to you another story similar to that. There was a Monsignor that I worked for a little over a year, and his masses were always packed with parishioners, and his church did very well. And one day, I got bold enough to ask him, "Father, the other people think you're such a saintly man. What's up with that?" And he appeared to get angry, and instead of showing his anger, he put his hands together, tipped his head down, and just thought for a moment. And then he said to me, "I come into that church every single day a sinner, like everyone else. So like Damien took on leprosy to reach his parishioners. This wonderful priest felt at home with everyone there because he recognized that he too was a sinner. He wasn't aloof. He was a very educated man, but did not come across as such, and because of that, everybody loved him there at the parish. So let us become more humble. We may not have leprosy, but we need to bring ourselves down or bring ourselves up. As St. Paul used to say, I have become all things to all, so that by doing so, some may be saved. May God bless you this Friday. Let us give thanks for the Sacred Heart of Jesus, which was opened on the cross and poured out his blood and water for all of us, for all mankind, for salvation that has come to us through him. God bless. Have a great day. I do hope to see you tomorrow.